Imagine a system where the officials responsible for securing and counting your ballot take their orders directly from the political candidate you just voted against. This is the scenario currently being debated in India, home to the largest democratic exercise in the world. Coordinating nearly 1 billion eligible voters across the subcontinent is a massive logistical feat. To manage it, India relies on the Election Commission. This body is designed to act as an independent referee, ensuring every vote is handled without interference from the government of the day. In a democracy of this scale, the primary point of failure isn't the voter turnout, it's the potential loss of neutrality in the body that oversees the results. Prime Minister Narendra Modi's government has officially rewritten the law that determines who selects these election referees. This change removed the previous selection framework, creating a new process that petitioners argue heavily favors the executive branch. The government implemented this shift through standard parliamentary procedures, replacing a multi-party selection committee with a new government-led panel. By altering the rules of appointment, a ruling party can effectively change the nature of democratic oversight without bypassing the legal system. Under the original system, a 3-person panel was responsible for appointing the election commissioners to ensure no single branch had total control. That panel included the Prime Minister, the opposition leader, and the Chief Justice, acting as a neutral third party. The new law removes the Chief Justice entirely, replacing him with a cabinet minister appointed by the Prime Minister. Legally, this creates a 2-to-1 majority for the executive. This mathematical shift means the ruling party now has the power to outvote the opposition on every appointment. This change is significant because the committee that selects the referees effectively sets the tone for how all future elections are managed. The Supreme Court of India is now the final institutional hurdle for this law, as it hears multiple petitions challenging the constitutionality of the move. The case centers on a conflict between the government's power to legislate and the judiciary's mandate to protect the independence of democratic institutions. During the hearings, the court raised a specific concern regarding what they termed the tyranny of elected majority. The judges are questioning whether elections can be considered free and fair if the commission running them is chosen by the candidates themselves. This hearing addresses whether a parliamentary majority has the authority to remove the very checks that are supposed to hold that majority accountable. If the court allows this law to stand, the executive branch gains a permanent influence over the personnel who oversee the voting process. This influence extends from the committee room down to the technical management of voting machines and the methods used to tally the final count. For observers outside of India, the case highlights how institutional independence can be fragile, even when protected by a constitution. The Indian crisis demonstrates that democratic oversight can be weakened, not just through obvious power grabs, but through administrative changes that slowly remove the friction between the government and the ballot box. The risk is that a mandate to lead is being used to reshape the mechanics of how future mandates are awarded. Hundreds of millions of people rely on these systems to ensure their voices are accurately reflected in the government. When the independence of the referee is called into question, it risks eroding the trust between the citizen and the state. If the ruling party holds the power to select its own election monitors, the act of voting risks becoming a ceremony where the rules are managed before the first